this supposed boon that we're looking at. But I got to ask you, is the fear factor still existent out there?
I think it is right now, Kelly. I mean, there's a couple of episodes right now that we need to be concerned with. Clearly, the European debt crisis, and you also have this looming threat of a potential recession here in the United States. Chairman Bernanke said it best during his press conference last week. He's talking about a slowdown in GDP. Plus, he also brought up that labor picture. And obviously, yesterday's number was fantastic. But the question will be, is that going to be consistent for the rest of the year?
Do we also have to be concerned about China and what it may or may not do with its economy as well?
That's right, because once you start talking about former emerging markets that are now economic superpowers, countries like a China or even in India, if they do have a slowdown, that will impact the United States, only because we live in a global world, and the companies that are domiciled here in the U.S. still receive a high percentage of their revenues overseas. So if you have any type of a slowdown there, that could impact earnings and therefore impact stocks.
See, Todd, that's a very good and important point to actually bring up, because the president has talked about he wants to bring the economy back. He wants to bring manufacturers who are now operating overseas back here to the United States. Is that critical to our financial future?
I think it is. I mean, first of all, if you take a look at the jobs number yesterday, half of the jobs that we talked about being created were of the low-income variety, and most of those were in the manufacturing sector. Now, the question remains to be seen. Will we see that? Will we see companies move those jobs back here to the U.S.? You know, it's interesting. If you start looking at just the prosperity that's taken place in a country like a China, you would suspect that those costs, those unit labor costs, will rise for companies having those employees over there. So it may actually turn out to be cheaper in the long run to have them here in the United States. But again, we're talking about skills. You need to have those skills. You want to continue to educate Americans. That is happening. The president's doing a good job about that. I mean, let's give him credit. The question will be, though, will this remain for the next couple of years?
Yeah, you give credit where credit is due and when it's due. But looking ahead, as you said, what's going to remain for the couple of years ahead of us, how do you see things turning out? Because there are a lot of different scenarios out there that may serve as factors to undo our current steady climb.
Yeah, you're right about that, Kelly. I mean, first of all, for the rest of this year, you would suspect that the economy should continue to grow at least at a 2% plus rate. The chairman said it last week. The president is talking about an economic recovery, but clearly he wants to see things obviously move faster, as we all do. The question remains, though, is with so many other time bombs that are out there, you have a government here in the United States that really is margined themselves only because they spend more than what they're taking on the tax rolls, but the American household is doing the same thing. So eventually you do hit that brick wall, and when that does occur, that could be catastrophic. But yet again, we have the Federal Reserve that has always helped us out before, so that could happen again.
Boy, I tell you, we can take a sigh of relief right now, but it's strong headwind still in the way from what you're telling me, Todd, and we can only hope that we can actually get that 2% growth that we need. Todd Schoenberger, thanks for joining us. Good afternoon to you.
Thank you, Kelly. Take care.